Hello everyone, welcome again to Facilian, your astrology, movie review, book review channel, and many more to come actually. I know there's nothing specific that I do, but I mainly do astrology, so if you're really into astrology, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and if you like this video or any other video, make sure to check it out. Today we are doing something different. We are actually reviewing a book. This is part of my book reading challenge for this year because I promised myself that I should read at least one book each month because I was really doing badly in the book reading field. So I just decided to push myself and try to read at least one book every month. And this is the book that I read for January, and I'm just sharing the review because I want to keep myself accountable. It's not the most professional reviews, but this is just a reference for me to go back to. And if you're interested in reading this book, maybe you should continue listening. Alright, so the book is Grit by Angela Duckworth. Angela is actually a psychology, I think she's a researcher in psychology. In this book, she talks about grit, and she defines it as a passionate and perseverant, and it's not a nature, but it's something that, it's a skill that people acquire with time and with challenges and with experiences. She divides grit into 4 main components, which are interest, practice, purpose, and hope, and she really talks about them in depth in the book. The book actually provides a grit scaling score, which I took, and I realized that I have a very low score, and it actually encouraged me to try to improve the score for this year. So it's one of my goals this year to improve my score and increase it, because it's currently at 2, which is a bit embarrassing that I'm sharing this with you. It's 2 out of 5, and I would like to at least get it to 3 by the end of this year, because as mentioned in the book, grit is something that you can actually grow. The nature of just being someone who is patient enough to do the hard work and get to achieving better things and do better things in life is something that you can learn, teach yourself, or learn from others. And that's the next point I want to talk about, is that in the book she mentions that there are 2 ways to cultivate grit. One of them is what she calls the easy way, which is through joining a very gritty group. So a group that is composed of people who are hard workers, people who deliberately practice what they want to achieve, people who keep growing, who are committed. So if you join a group that is gritty, you are more likely to adapt to their standards and become one of them, and that's the easy way. And the hard way is to actually cultivate it from within and push yourself to achieve better through using positive self-talk and asking for help from people and getting feedback constantly and trying to improve it. Another thing that I really find interesting is that they proved that in this book, of course, through research, they proved that the more gritty you are based on the grit score, the more you are satisfied with life. So I made the conclusion that if I want to be satisfied with my life, I should aim to be more gritty. So I'm not increasing my grit score just for the sake of it. I know that if I increase my grit score, I'll be able to be more satisfied in the long run. I also love how she mentions how you can cultivate grit in children, and she talked about the hard rule, I think, the hard thing rule. Yeah, the hard thing rule, where all the family members have this one task that they need to deliberately practice. And I would love to apply that in the future, maybe if I have a family, and I'm currently trying to impose that on myself. So the things that I decided, like my hard things, are going to be practicing astrology, because I want to be potentially a professional astrologer, and practicing YouTube editing, and improving my editing skills and recording skills and whatnot. So that was it. How would you use grit to, or the information that I've mentioned about grit to improve your life? Maybe try getting this book or looking up the grit score and take it for yourself and see if you are gritty or not. I really advise you to read this book if you have maybe children that you want to teach how to be gritty so they can be people who are satisfied with their life and who are able to achieve things. And yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I actually got it as a gift, and I really recommend that you read it. My next book is going to be Hellenistic Astrology by Chris Brennan. And I know this is going to be a long read because this book is like 700 pages of astrology, but this is my hard thing that I'm going to do, that I want to practice throughout the month of February and maybe through March. We'll see. I'll make sure to upload a review. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to my book review, as random as that is. And I'll see you in the next video, whatever that's an astrology video, movie video, or just a random video. Thank you for watching.